Okay, so your problem reads, a car is traveling south, we'll call north positive. Is it possible for the car to have an acceleration that is southward? If not, why not? If so, what would the car be doing? What is the behavior of the car if it's traveling south and has a velocity southward? Acceleration southward. All right, so this is about the direction of acceleration concept, which can be very confusing and for us to get rid of our misconceptions about acceleration. So really quick, as a good reminder, remember acceleration, as we are defining it, is simply a change in velocity per time. It can be positive, it can be negative. In fact, it can even just represent a change in direction, and we'll get to that when we talk about circular motion. So it could be different directions. It could represent speeding up. It could represent slowing down. And like I said, a change in direction. But what we want to make sure of is that we separate the ideas of it being positive and negative with the ideas of it meaning speeding up and slowing down. Positive and negative acceleration do not give us an indication alone of whether an object is speeding up and slowing down. And this problem is really where I want you to be able to explain that. So the problem says that the car is traveling southward, and that means that it has a negative velocity. So the velocity of the car is negative because we've defined north as positive in the problem. So if it's traveling southward, the velocity of the car is negative. Now it's asking, is it possible for an acceleration to be negative? Yeah, an acceleration could be negative or positive. Absolutely. So we now know that the acceleration of the car is also negative. All right? It can be negative or positive. Acceleration can have a negative change in velocity or a positive change in velocity. Directionally. So the velocity is negative and the acceleration is negative. These are the same, and you learned in your exploration of velocity and acceleration directions that when they're the same, the car is speeding up. So because the velocity is in the same direction as the acceleration, the car is speeding up. So you want to think about that as, well, I'm moving in the negative direction and I'm changing my velocity in the negative direction. So I'm already moving left and I'm changing my velocity leftward. I'm getting more and more and more and more left, faster and faster in the leftward direction. All right. So yes, you can have a negative acceleration, and in the case of an object moving in the negative direction with a negative acceleration, the object is speeding up. Okay, so if you did not do well on this problem, I want you to go back and I want you to re-look at that introduction to acceleration directions where you had to make that chart and practice some of these problems. All right, good job.